This video, I'm going to show you how you can do linear regression in Minitab. So I've got a small data set, and you can follow along with this data set by typing it in, and you can compare it with your calculator or StatCrunch. So I've got my X's here, my Y's here. I've listed them here. You can go up here and type in anything you want to if you want to label, which is nice, especially when we get to the regression menu. So we're going to go to Stat, Regression, and we're doing Regression, Fit Regression Model. And responses are your Ys. So I put my Ys in C2, and you can see how that label showed up here, which is nice. I'm going to double click. Predictors are X. And then under here, I can select graphs if I want to see any kind of graphs like residuals, a normal plot of residuals, etc. We don't really do the residual things in 152. I talk about it occasionally if I have extra time at the end. So I'm just going to click OK. And then I'm going to click OK. And it's going to give us a regression equation. And then we're going to see the R squared value. It's going to give us a lot of other stuff that we don't always talk about. You know from our Triola textbook that regression is really a t-test that's two-tailed. So it's giving you some p-value stuff that corresponds to that. Here's your R squared value. And then to get R, we know we take the square root of it. It does give you that as a percentage because that's how R squared is defined. Remember, R squared is the coefficient of determination, and it's the amount of variation in Y that's explained by the regression line. So it's giving it to us as percentage, but we can move the decimal place to get 0.3659 and then take the square root of that to get our R value. And then that's where we can compare to that chart that Triola gives us to determine whether or not there is a correlation between those. So if I want to see a graph of this, I can go to Graph and Scatter Plot. This is going to be a simple graph. My X's and my Y's, I'm going to put those in the correct categories. And then under Options, you can choose to fit the regression line on top of it. And then we can see how good of a fit this one is. It's hidden behind this. And we didn't expect this one to be a good fit because that R squared value was pretty low. Okay, let's do another one. So I've got a data set from Triola I'm going to type in. And the question I'm going to ask is, can we predict the weight based on age? These are bare measurements. So this age is in months, and this weight, I believe Triola said was in pounds. I'm going to copy this and paste this into Minitab. Weight category, just highlight the cells. Control C to copy. Over here, Control V to paste. So there's my age and weight. I've got quite a few here. This just came from Triola's website. So we're going to go through the same thing. We're going to go to Stat, Regression, Regression, and Fit Regression Model. So in this case, because we are talking about, can we predict weight based on age? Age is going to be our independent variable. That's our X. Weight's going to be our Y. So I've got, get rid of these. So our responses, that's our Y. And then predictor is going to be X, which is age for us. Click OK. Everything's hidden. So there's our regression equation. And then if we look at that R squared value, 0.56, it's pretty good because if we were to take the square root of 0.56, we would get 0.748. So that's a pretty good regression. So let's see what the graph looks like. Scatter plot, simple, click OK. Y's are weight, X is age, and I want to do the regression. Click OK. You can see there's our regression model.